Hi everyone, this is Sergey Marinich here, and I'm here with mail processing for case management webinar. For someone who doesn't know me, my name is Sergey, so have been working in Acumatica for 11 years as a developer and solution architect. So I have a lot of knowledge, and as part of this webinar, I want to share some of this to you. So in this webinar, the main topic will be the email processing for the case management. Actually, email processing can be used for many different areas, but here I want to give you the one or couple scenarios how Acumatica can optimize the standard CRM processes or support processes in your organization using CRM and email processing. So we will speak about Acumatica and CRM a bit. So we will speak about how to configure the email process, and we will also speak about the two main scenarios where I will show you how to initially process the first email sent by the customer and convert it to something meaningful, like case, for example. And then second scenario that I'm going to show you is how your support team can communicate with the clients through the Acumatica or with help of Acumatica. So also as a part of this, I will show you a bit more. I want to show you the Outlook plugin that allows you to work with the case management system, even if email is sent to you directly. So this plugin allows you to work in the standard desktop Outlook or in the web Outlook the same way with attaching the cases. And lastly, I will speak about the self-service portal that is an additional solution for Acumatica that gives us access to the case management system to your customers. Okay, let's begin. And you know that Acumatica is a true cloud ERP that is available on any device, everywhere, and for everybody. And we have no limitations per user. That works amazingly with the case management and support, because you can involve everyone. All your support team players can use Acumatica to check the operations, data, and past activities for this customer. At the same time, your customers can get the same information from your Acumatica, and you don't need to pay for every single new customer because unlimited users are included with Acumatica. So just a bit of Acumatica CRM. So what you have there, it's Acumatica allows you to have a full CRM related processes, and these CRM related processes includes the lead management, the contact management, opportunities, business accounts, and for further sales operations. But CRM also includes the support processes, where some support engineers can work to see the deals or the related to information to customers, vendors, and prospects, and provide them related support. So support can be done. So Acumatica optimizes it through the CRM and cases and emails. However, the support also can use the phone calls and the other type of activities. So to support as additional tools that you can use as part of the CRM, you can use the integration services, mobile tools, or the Outlook. All will work amazingly with unlimited users parity. Okay, so let's go with this mail processing, and let me give you the scenario of how are we going to proceed through this demo. So I want to show you the two scenarios that I mentioned just a couple of minutes before. So how the first scenario is how client sends something to the Acumatica, and we want to automatically process it. And second scenario is when support person jumps in these discussions, and we want to just communicate through between the support person and the client. So with these, we have actually three parties. So the first party is the support system email account. Let's call it like middleware. Or man in the middle. So because the support system, it's something that hides your internal people from your client and client from your internal people. So basically, client can send the email to your middleware. So for example, like it can be support.acumatica.com or info@gmail.com, something like this. So I will have another email account that is a client email account. That is actually just where client can write email and where they send this email to our support system email account. And the third email account I will have, it's a support person email account, the personal one where so the support person works on the cases. So I don't have enough really email accounts to do this demonstration, so I have to use a couple of the personal ones. So the first one, the support system email account, will be Office 365 account. The second one, the client email account, will be gmail.com. And the last one, the support person email account, will be mail.ru. Let me show this to you really briefly. So this one is mail.ru. This one is a support person email account. The second one will be in here. That's a support system, the system email account where everyone can email, and this is Office 365. And last one here is the client email account in the Firefox browser here. It's gmail.com where the client can email us. Okay. So let me jump back to my presentation, and I want to show you the slide with automated email processing. So it's the first scenario. So what happens if client sends the email to the mail server? So first of all, automatic email processing can automatically receive the emails and do any related action to this email, like create the entity, attach this email to somewhere, trigger someone, some operation, or notify anyone. So how it works? So we have customers who send the email to this middleware mail server, support mail server. So that's basically the mailbox. So customers send it to one single email address. So mailbox, in general, there is nothing happens there. So the email is received there and it stays there until the further process. We can have synchronization between Acumatica and the mail server. It can work through the POP3 protocol or IMAP protocol. So basically, Acumatica can connect to the mail server, check for the new emails, and download it. As soon as email is downloaded, we can do the following things. We actually can do the processing of this email. So the processing may have multiple steps, and let me give you a couple of them. So the first processing is what we do with the new email. In Acumatica, there is an email processing settings that identifies what should be done with email. Should we create a new activity, new case, or new entity, or new lead? If not, then do we need to attach it to somewhere? Do we need to reply user, or do we need to do anything else? So then when email is processed, attached, or created as a new entity, we can use the assignment rules. So assignment map to automatically assign this case to the owner and notify the owner. And so the third step in this procession is notification. So notification, use the notification settings to notify the different people about that the case has been received, or the case has been assigned to the support person. So altogether, it's a solid process when the customer sends something and Acumatica processes. It's not 100% online. But Acumatica does it as a synchronization. So of course, all the notification emails will go through the mail server, the company mailbox, to the client. So all of the things we will send back as a as a company mail server, so as a man in the middle or middleware server to notify users, and it will help user to have a one source of truth. Okay, so let's actually let me show you this in Acumatica. Okay, so let me show you. So as I mentioned, so this is a Firefox browser where we have a customer, basically the customer who sends the email. So, and let me do this scenario. So I use the so I send the email to my shared man in the middle account. So with please help. Okay, so some urgent help. Okay, so some urgent help required. So this, I'm sending this email, and this goes from my client account to basically my man in the middle support account. So in the couple of seconds when Gmail synchronizes it with Office 365, you actually will see that the email is coming here. So this this takes a second, but you see that the email is appeared, and this is you see it's unread, so it's highlighted automatically. That's a rule on this server. So what happens next? So next happens the following. So Acumatica will go to these accounts once in a while, so by the schedule, and we'll synchronize the email here in this account with the Acumatica. So this process is not 100% online, but it's very frequent. So you see, for example, at this point of time, the mail becomes red. So it's automatically unhighlighted, basically. It was highlighted, but now it's not highlighted because Acumatica has contacted to this email and has processed it. So what happens next? So the next, Acumatica receive the email in the mailbox. So if I go into the Acumatica that is associated with this mail account and refresh it, you see that the mail, like this please help, that just received it a minute ago, has been automatically received and processed. So processed, it's not only received, but there is a special logic associated with the email account that does work. So how it works? Okay, so the very simple thing. So inside the system email account configurations here on the system email accounts, you can identify how Acumatica should process incoming email. So beside the connection to the account itself, we can go to the incoming mail processing here and see this button, activate incoming processing. So if you put this, Acumatica will apply the following rules that are configurable here of what Acumatica should do with the new incoming email. So we can have the confirmation of receipt. So if email is received, we will do the confirmation. Secondly, we can create a new case, and this will be the class of the new case. We can attach this case to the business account contact or lead for information one. We can create a new lead, or we can just reply back to the unassigned email. If email is not assigned, we reply back. So that's what we have. So if I go to the case management system here into the case tab and just refresh the page, you see that my case, so I have a case automatically created here. And at this point of time is still unassigned. So this case has been created with the email that has been received from the customer. Okay, so let me go back to the customer account for a second. So it was Firefox. So I'm going here. You see that I'm receiving back from my case management system the confirmation email that your case has been received. So the case has been received. That means that it's a confirmation, receipt confirmation, that the support system has received your email and will get back soon. So that we just automatically process that everything is fine. In the same time, if I go to my support person email account, you see that I also get the email from my shared email account that there is a case assigned to you. So this case provided from this from the client, Juliet, so who just requires some urgent help. As a support person, I can use the email link right from this case. So the link is just here, and I can open the case directly from the system. Actually, you see that case has been assigned now to Kabuk Fadi. That happens because of the automatical case assignment rules. So the case assignment rules are configured within Acumatica. So if you go to organization structure, you can review the assignment and approval maps, and there is a assignment map for cases. So let me find this one, case assignment map. So there is a different rules based on what conditions the cases needs to be assigned to the different people. So we always can do this case assignment manually, or we can do this automatically. The easiest way to automate these operations is actually schedule the case assignment process. So if I go to assign cases screen here, I can review all the cases exist in Acumatica, and there is an owner related to this case. Okay, so owner is here. So you see that at this point of time, all the cases are assigned. So this column is the owner. However, of course, again, if case is not assigned, we can schedule the process of assigning the unassigned cases. And to do this, we actually can use the automation scheduler. In my case, actually here, I already have the case assignment scheduler that automatically shows me the operations. And you see that some cases, this please help case that just was created, was processed by my case assignment scheduler. Okay, anyway, so I'm a support person. I received a case and I need to provide something back to my client. So how I do here? So of course I can do this in UI, and this is the easiest way. So I go to the activities, I see my initial email, and what I do, I just click add email. Okay, so in this email activity, I can put the following thing. Okay, so hi, okay, could you please give me more details? Right, so where do you need help? Okay, so something like this. So I, of course, I'm sending the email right from here. The email is automatically attached to the case, and you see what happens first. The email that I have generated now has a header, the case number 00133. So that's a case number that has been created, and this header will be automatically added to all the processed emails that goes through the Acumatica. So now I go to my client account. And it was in the Google Chrome. So you see that I received the email immediately on my Gmail account. So that's a case number. Please help, the name of the case, and then there is an additional parameter in the end. And this is the information sent from my support team. So what is that? What is this thing? So let me go to the presentation for a second and show you one more slide. So automated email tagging works on the case subjects. So you see, for Acumatica to process these cases, we need to know to what entity this email needs to be attached, and we also need to know the conversation. So, for example, if someone reply to many people, and this needs to be forwarded to the client, for example, and then client reply it. We also need to forward it back to the same number of people. So we need to know the conversation. So these two things here in the case, like in the beginning and in the end, is used for automatical email processing. So the number in the beginning, 085374. Is the case number to where I attach this email. And second last number, like 2758138. This one is a conversation ID for Acumatica to find the name of the case, the original email to reply it back, because we are playing the man in the middle. Okay, so let me show you a scenario of communication. So if now support person replied, right? So now client needs to reply back. So how it works? How does it work? So from the whole process from the beginning, support person sends the initial email to the middleware server. So that's our middleware, and the Acumatica here is connected to the middleware server. So it doesn't process emails directly. So Acumatica doesn't receive or send the emails directly. So it works through the mail server. So the initial email from the support person comes to this middleware server, where we have this case ID. Then what happens next? The middleware server, so Acumatica process it, attach the email to the case entity and things like this, and forward it to the main contact of the case, so to the client basically. So that's a step 3. So the step 4, so the mail server will send the email to the client, and there will be the things I just showed you, the case ID and the number, the conversation number. So in this case, you see that the mail sent from it sent to the client will be from the middleware server and to the client. So client doesn't know the name of the support person. So he does. Client doesn't assign directly to the support person. And so client communicates with the case management system, and this case management system can forward the email to one support person, multiple support persons, or support person can be changed on the fly. So then client replies, so they replies to the middleware. So from the client to the middleware, again, we don't put the direct support person name. So middleware, I mean, this middleware server receives the email. Acumatica synchronize the email from the mail server, receive it, basically understands that there is a new email coming. We'll do the synchronization of email from the server to Acumatica, attach it to entity based on the case subject, and then forward it to the support person. So how to forward to support person? To find the previous email. So by this additional parameter in the end of the email, Acumatica will find the original email and will forward it to the support person. So the next email that will be generated from the middleware will be to the from the middleware to the support person and can be the manager assigned. So actually, you see that there are internally can be some people who are working on the case. It might be one person or multiple persons, but they are hidden internally. So the client communicates only with his middleware server. The same support is basically the main idea is for middleware to be in the copy, so can receive the copy of the email and then it can process. So the good thing about it, again, so the support person is hidden and can be changed, and there can be internal communications done in the parallel. But bad thing also here is if someone remove the name of the case or the tag, the conversation might be lost or the case might be lost. So if case is lost, it's actually the new case will be created when client is replied. So it's still not so bad actually. If you lose the end thing, then the conversation will be lost, and it will be still attached to the same case, will be still forwarded to the person, but the copy of the additional people included will not be managed anymore. Okay, so let me show you this. This processing. So now what I do, so I received this question from the support person. So what I do, I reply. Okay, and what I can do, I actually can use the screenshot here. So let me take a screenshot of the Gmail account. Here it is, and put, okay, here is a screenshot with an error, okay? Okay, so I put a screenshot here. Okay, and I send. So this mail again goes to the middleware. So as soon as I go to my Office 365, I will expect to see the email is coming here. So let's see. So yeah, so email is coming. So you see it's up again, it's unread, and now it becomes read immediately. So because the Acumatica processed it immediately. So as Acumatica is processed it, so we can we can go to the case and refresh it. So let me go to the case itself and see the activity. So you see that the screenshot and the message from the client is automatically attached. So of course, this message will be also forwarded to my support person, to this Fatika book, who is a support person. So let's go to the support person email address, and here it is. So the reply from the client is forwarded by Acumatica to the support person. So here is the email, and I can reply again. So reply, okay, please hold on. We are in problem. Okay, fine. So I save it and send it, and it's go again. So it will go the same iteration again. So I go to my the Office 365 account. So email received here. So in the few seconds, it will be processed back to Acumatica. So, and actually you see that some mail accounts add automatically these reply quotations, the prefixes, but it doesn't matter anything. Actually, Acumatica still can remove it and extract the things. So as soon as it's processed, I will see the email inside the case. So at this point of time, the email is not here yet. But as soon as it's processed by Acumatica. So again, I mentioned this is not a real time. There is a scheduler that actually checks the emails, and you can configure how often you want to process it. As more often you process it, as higher load on the server, on the mail server and on your Acumatica, as lower processing rate, as more you need to wait. So, but email is processed now, and if I click the case, cancel on the case, it's here. One more thing that you always can check, it's the all emails tab, the special place in Acumatica where you can see all emails are coming. So all the emails are coming back and forth from these mail accounts, sent and received and forwarded will be added here. So easy to understand how the communication works. Good. That's the thing. So, and my support person, not support client, in the Gmail account in Firefox browser received the confirmation. This is the please hold on, the last message from the support person. Okay, so that's the process. That's how it works. So actually, these email processing configurations are model-based, so they actually can be extended and customized. You can include the additional processing using the development and create more entities, or attach it to the different entities, or to create more comprehensive logic. But this is what I showed. It's already standard what exists in Acumatica out of the box. Please also remember that the message that sends to a support person from the case, that case has been assigned to the support person, is actually the notification that exists on the top of the case. So then if I go to the notification, you see the change notification that the case has been assigned. And this is the automation notification from Acumatica. So the support person gets the notification because the notification is configured within Acumatica. So this kind of things needs to be also defined when you develop the case management system. Okay, good. Let me switch back to the presentation for a second, and I want to show you one more thing. So sometimes client replies to you, might reply to you directly, or send the initial question to you directly with ignoring your case management system. So how to optimize your work in this case? We have actually good solution, and we call it the Acumatica Outlook plugin. So Outlook plugin, it's a special new technology for Microsoft Office 365 and Outlook, where you can install the plugin on Office 365, and it will work the same way in the browser and on the desktop Outlook. So the plugin works the same way in the both of these cases, but actually it requires the internet connection. So because it's more or less like the small website within Outlook. So let me show you how does it work. So I'm going to my Chrome browser, and I open the folder where I have the email. Let's assume this email is coming to me, and they want something from me, but there is no case created. So how can I do this? I can use this Outlook plugin with a button that I click on the button and I see, okay, this guy is not in my contact list, and Acumatica doesn't know this guy. So because it shows me the options. There is no person assigned. So this is the email address extracted from my email, and just a couple of options. So I can create a contact or create a lead. So if I create a contact, I can automatically extract the information from the email, like name, last name, the email account, and some other things to dynamically create it. Okay, so let's assume I know that this email comes from the bartender because of the domain, and I can choose the account to where link this contact and click button create account. You see now when account is created, so the Acumatica automatically identifies, okay, this email is from this person. And what we can do, so we can view the contact, view account, log case, create case, log activity, or create opportunity. So of course I can create a new case if it's a new request, but I also can log the case. I mean, I can log this email to the existing case. So let's assume, so if this email is related to the case that was provided or was demonstrated before, right here, and Acumatica of course can't process it because it's sent directly to me, not to my middleware server. I can use the this Outlook plugin to immediately attach the activity to this case. And now what I can do, so you see that this email is related to this case. It's within Acumatica, and this is from this person. Of course, what I can do, I can use the view case right from here, and I can see now that the activity is automatically attached to the case. So I won't lose anything when I do the communication, and it's for support person. If I'm support person, it's very easy for me to track the activities right within Acumatica. Of course, I can use the button add email or reply back to initiate the further communication with a proper way without direct communication, as it most probably not always good idea, because the support person can go to vacation and then no one can reply and things like this. Okay, that's a Outlook plugin, and as I mentioned, it works the same way in the Outlook, the desktop client, and in the browser. And one more thing I want to show you. So with the unlimited no user paradigm, you can include your customers into the discussions easily, right? So what you can do, you can use Acumatica self-service portal that is a connection point for the external users. So your ERP is for internal users. The customer self-service portal is for external users, where they can connect and view the related to them information. And in our case, it's cases that request that they have created. Because ERP and portal, they share the same database, it's absolutely easy to synchronize data. So because it's the same database, the ERP and the portal are on the same page all the time. So let me show you the following thing. So if I, as I'm client, and this I'm using the Firefox browser, I can use the email account to log in into the Acumatica. Okay, enter. And my login is basically my email. So I log in, and this is the interface of the self-service portal that I can see. Okay, good. What I can see here, I can use the browse open cases. Browse, and this my case that just have created is here. So the please help with the number 133, I can go inside and see the assigned person, the description of the case, some additional information about the case, and all the email communication. So I never lose anything, and I always can use this support portal as a reference to the customer. So customer, please go and see if all the communication is there. Our support person also never lose the email history because it's stored in our case management system. That's it. Of course, support person also can create more additional replies or provide more information. Here I can add a comment right from the support portal. Okay, so additional information, and I can put something here. When I save and close, the additional information will be added as activities to my case here. Of course, I can create a new support case. I also can attach files and notes the same way how it works in the standard Acumatica. And I can see all the list of the cases and with their statuses. Are they open? Are they in the process? I can see my cases, or I can see the whole cases from my company. And sometimes it's the more than one person from one single company can work. Yeah, so that's the process. That's the process. Let me go back to my presentation, and actually that's it. What I wanted to show you today: the email processing from the beginning to the end. Just in the end, I want to highlight the thing that Acumatica is a fully integrated system with the CRM, with all other models, the financials, distribution, project accounting, manufacturing, the construction, and other editions, provides a solid system with a single truth version of truth. Here today, you saw how the integrated email processing can make your life easier and actually better. So with this, I want to thank you for attending this, and just remind you to involve everyone everywhere on any device. With Acumatica, it's easy to do. I will check the chat. I see I have some couple of messages. Okay, I see that there are some troubles with the screen, but it's solved, I think. Okay. And there is a question. Let me check the question. How can we manage the file attachment size limitation on the server while processing synchronization? Actually, in Acumatica, that's a good question. In Acumatica, there is a settings where you can configure the file size limitations. File upload preferences. It's a screen within Acumatica, and here by default the upload size maximum is 25 megabytes. So if it's more than the required limits, it actually will raise error and might not be attached. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. I think no, this one is this thing should be reflected to the emails already. And there is actually, you can also see and specify what files needs to be attached or what is forbidden and can't be attached. However, so in my scenario, after synchronization, the email is saved on the server, so we always have a copy of the emails in the mailbox and on Acumatica. Actually, you can configure that Acumatica should delete the email after synchronization. So this is also possible, and then you can save a bit of space on your mail server. Okay. So there is one more question. Can we categorize case, classify it based on the predetermined attributes? So we can use the assignment rules. So when case is created, we can basically use some conditions to assign this case to the different person. However, when we receive the email itself may contain some important information for us. But how to extract this information? So at this point of time, Acumatica can extract the sender, because this is the email to who we send. Of who sends to us. Based on this information, based on the email, we can get a business account or contact, so we can attach the case to our appropriate contact. But that's actually more or less it. So what else you can extract from the existing from the case received? So what is possible to do? So with the customization tool, you can, as I mentioned, you can use the additional processing and add additional processing to the case processing thing. So basically add additional rule, and then based on your internal rules, you can say, okay, so if there is a special keyword, event, or attachment inside the email, we can do the additional processing or assign the different categories. However, this is more or less not something standard, because it's more or less related to the specific case processing rules. Okay. Okay, so I think if you have any other questions, please please ask. If you yeah, so please put it in the chat box or Q&A box. Okay, so looks like no more questions. So thank you very much for attending this this presentation. I'm sorry for the issue with in the beginning of the presentation, so I will try to fix it in the video, and I will send the video recording to all of you right after this session. If you have more questions, don't hesitate, and please send me the message. I will be more than happy to answer all the additional questions. Thank you very much, guys, and have a nice day.